December the 15th, 2019. Guys, you're looking at the real-time solar wind speed, and we've had a kind of a spike right here, and then it's starting to increase. 425 kilometers per second, guys, is 946,000 miles per hour, just under a million. And when this solar wind strikes our weakened shields because it's grand solar minimum, we know that we have earthquakes. Now, this thing's going to pick up between now and the 18th and increase in speed, and we'll look at that. It's called a coronal hole, but again, started on the 14th. You can see at the bottom your time stamp, again, in universal time going into the 15th here. Now, when we see these sudden spikes, they're more dangerous than a slow rise. And we've had a quake down in the Philippines because of it. It was a 6.8, very strong quake, 22.4 kilometers deep. 6 kilometers south of Magsaysay, Philippines. It's just south of one of the larger cities there. And you've had 14 aftershocks, some in the 5 range as far as magnitude. Now, why did the scientists, guys, why do they not put this in their earthquake books when they're studying geology? These geologists know exactly what's happening, but something is keeping them from sharing this information. And you can see it says Digos or Digos, and then you got Davao City up above that. So you've got 6.8, and if you notice in the map at the top left, there's 14 quakes as I zoom in on this map, this particular section. But it would save so many lives. I've watched these solar flares, coronal mass ejection, solar wind storms come in and cause these quakes now going on 7 or 8 years, including the Fukushima quake. Got a video out when we tracked that solar flare. It was X flare. But here's what's happening. We've got a coronal opening in the surface of the sun. Now, it's not going to peak until December the 18th, 3 days away. What we're getting is this particular opening on the sun, or the magnetic canopy opening, has been coming around every 26 days for 7 months. It's getting pretty predictable. And the reason we're getting some solar wind now ahead of the 18th is because of that small opening. You notice where the arrows are pointed there was starting to produce that solar stream a few days ago. It takes a couple of days for it to get from the sun to our planet, and you're looking at an Earth-facing satellite image of our sun from the Solar Dynamics Observatory. You're at 93 million miles average distance, so it does take a while. Now, if you got a coronal mass ejection, you can have that energy, or solar flare, that energy in 8.2 minutes. It's very fast. Speed of light's what we're talking about. Right now, this is a little slower moving, but it's interesting again, and I wish someone that was with the USGS would come on and in the comments and try to explain to us why they want to equate the sun with the earthquakes. It would save so many lives. You've got tornado warnings, hurricane warnings. Why can't you have earthquake warnings when the sun does this? It's so obvious, but they refuse to do it. I've battled it for years. But we're watching this, guys, so just if you're in the earthquake-prone areas, pay attention for the next 2 or 3 days. It's a heads up. Be safe.